I'm Jason with Fastbound. The ATF published an August 2023 revision of Form 4473, and we've had several customers ask what changed, so I wanted to go over the changes and offer a word of caution for the August 2023 revision of ATF Form 4473. Let's get started. The ATF Final Rule 2021R-5F, the NICS Denial Notification Act, and the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, or BSCA, all resulted in changes to statutory requirements requiring a revision to ATF Form 4473. In the interest of public safety, the Office of Management and Budget, or OMB, granted ATF an emergency authorization to implement the revised Form 4473. That version of the form was subsequently published for notice and comment review, resulting in further revisions, and is now approved. Hard copies of the revised form are available through the ATF Distribution Center. And if you're using the ATF eForm 4473 app, their website says it's also being revised. Now, the ATF app was not updated by the mandatory date for the last two form updates, so just be careful if you're using their app. Using an electronic 4473 that isn't tightly integrated with an electronic A&D is just asking for violations. Fastbound, for example, doesn't charge extra for electronic 4473, and it is fully integrated with our electronic A&D records, which is an FFL's best defense against the 10 most common violations. If you are a Fastbound customer, you can chat with us right inside Fastbound for technical or compliance questions, or contact your local ATF Industry Operations Office if you have any questions regarding the changes to the form. All right, let's get into the changes. The changes to Section B include Question 21B has been moved and is now Question 21N. As a result of moving the question, the numbering for the other questions below 21A has changed. 21C is now 21B, 21D is now 21C, and so on. References to these questions throughout the form have also been renumbered. Question 21B, which was Question 21C on the previous revision, removes the words "or ammunition" from the question. For Question 21M1, ATF removed the instruction for U.S. citizens nationals to leave 21N1 and 21N2 blank. For Question 21M2, ATF reworded the question to state, quote, "If you answered yes to questions 21M1, do you fall within any of the exceptions stated in the instructions?" Unquote. And finally, for Section B, the transferee certification statement, the third sentence used to end with "prohibited from receiving or possessing a firearm." It now ends with "prohibited from receiving, possessing, or purchasing a firearm." Section C, Question 24, category of firearms to be transferred. The ATF added IE before the word rifle and EG before the word frame. For Question 27C, response provided by NICS, ATF added date after the firearms may be transferred on. For Question 27D, prior to transfer, the following response was provided. The ATF changed "and may be transferred on" to read "transfer of the firearm may occur on." In Section E, in the transfer certification, ATF changed the last sentence of the certification statement to read, quote, "If this transaction required a NICS check, I further certify that this firearms transfer is within 30 days from the date of NICS contact." In the instructions for Section A, on instructions page 4, Question 8, private party transfer, in the first sentence after "in accordance with procedure 2020-2, ATF added, quote, "or subsequent update." In the instructions for Section B, on instructions page 4, Question 10, current residence address, at the end of the first paragraph, ATF added the sentence, quote, "In these instances, the armed forces must answer reside in city limits only for their residence address." On instructions page 4, question 21A, actual transferee buyer, the first paragraph, the second sentence, the ATF added a space to bona fide. For questions 21C through 21M, prohibited persons, on instructions, page 5, the question instructions have been newly associated with their corresponding renumbered order. On instructions, page 5, question 21J, misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, in the first paragraph, the first sentence, the word tribal was properly capitalized. In the first paragraph, second sentence, the entire word exception was capitalized. And in the first paragraph, in the last sentence, the first itemized portion of the sentence was changed to read, quote, 1, the person was represented by a lawyer or gave up the right to a lawyer. On instructions, page 5, question 21M, immigration status, ATF added a new first sentence that reads, quote, if you are a U.S. citizen national, it is appropriate to answer no to question 21M1 and to leave question 21M2 blank. And on instructions, page 6, question 27, NICS background checks, the second paragraph, the first sentence, was revised to read, quote, the transferee buyer answered yes to questions 21B through 21L, as well as 21N. So that is all of the changes made in the August 2023 revision of ATF Form 4473. In the description, you'll find a link to our blog post covering these changes in more detail. Thanks for watching.